In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to make this super cute heart mug rug. I've made mine in red, white, and pinks, giving off a major Valentine's Day vibe, but you could easily swap up the colors for a totally different look all year round. This is a great project to use up fabric scraps. You'll need 3 fabric prints in total, 1 dark for the background and 2 light. A 1/4 yard or fat quarter would be plenty if you're buying specifically for this project. You'll also need some quilt batting. You'll need standard quilting supplies, a sewing machine, rotary cutter, cutting mat, ruler, and an iron. If you have a 1/4 inch seam foot for your sewing machine, definitely break it out for this one. All seams in this project will be a 1/4 inch seam allowance. From the dark fabric, cut the following pieces: 1 8-inch square, 2 3 7/8 squares, 2 1 1/4 by 6 1/2 inch rectangles, 2 1 1/4 by 8 inch rectangles, and 4 1 1/2 inch squares. From each of your light fabrics, cut the following pieces: 1 3 7/8 inch square and 1 3 1/2 inch square. From your quilt batting, cut out 1 8 by 8 inch square. If you prefer, you can use a single fabric if you want your heart to be just one shade rather than checkered. In that case, you would cut out 2 of each square size. Let's start by making the top of our hearts. Step 1. Making the heart tops. Lay out each of your 3 1/2 inch light fabric squares right side up. Lay 2 of the 1 1/2 inch dark fabric squares right sides down on the top left and top right corner. We're going to be sewing a diagonal line from the 2 outer corners like this. After sewing the diagonal lines for each one, trim off the excess fabric. Step 2. Making the pointed heart bottom. Lay out each of your dark fabric 3 7/8 inch squares, right sides up. Lay each of your light fabric 3 7/8 inch squares on top of the dark ones, right sides down. Using a marking pen, draw a line from one diagonal to another. Sew a 1/4 inch seam along each side of the line. Then, cut along the line. Step 3. Arrange the heart. Using your iron, press your units, pressing the seams towards the darker fabric. Trim off your dog ears from the half square triangle, or HST, units. Arrange your units into this heart-shaped block, alternating the light fabric like so. You can ignore 2 of the extra HST units to use for a scrap project. Sew together your 2 heart top units, right sides together, then sew your 2 HST units right sides together, and press. Then, sew those 2 rows together, right sides together, taking care to line up the seams so the 4 fabrics will line up nicely, and press. Take your short rectangles and sew them, right sides together, to the left and right of the heart, and once again press. Then, take your long rectangles and sew them, right sides together, to the top and bottom of your heart block and press the seams. And voila, we have a heart block. Now it's time to actually create the mug rug. Step 4. Assemble the mug rug. Lay your heart block right side up. Lay the 8 by 8 inch dark fabric right side down on top of that. Then lay the 8 by 8 inch piece of batting on top of that. Sew a 1/4 inch seam around the perimeter of the mug rug, leaving a 2 to 3 inch gap on one side for turning. Turn the mug rug right side out and then press it flat, making sure to keep the gap neatly tucked in. Now all you have to do is top stitch around the perimeter of the mug rug to finish it, being sure to close the hole as you go. I decided to do this cute heart stitch as an embellishment. If you like, you can quilt it or you can leave it plain with just a stitch around the perimeter. Enjoy your new rug or give it as a gift to a friend. If you found this tutorial useful, I'd really appreciate it if you would like or comment on my video. I'd especially love it if you shared it with a friend. Please subscribe for more tutorials and crafty goodness. See you next time!